Ed Worley.
Madam President, Commissioners, Ed Worley with the National Rifle Association. I think all of us over this last year or so has learned more and more than we've ever wanted to know, or other things that we've seen about the California condor. I had the pleasure of watching them over at Pinnacles fly. They're a magnificent bird to watch fly. And all of us who value conservation and value the wildlife in California, I'm a sailor. I go out sailing in Monterey Bay, go whale watching, doing all those kind of things. All of us value this. But the most pertinent thing in all this is the fact that we have to look at the science and have peer-reviewed science. I agree with the commissioners I've discussed with it, the issues we've seen here and the foreboding we've talked about this witch hunt on lead ammo. All of us remember, lead ammo has been in the United States since when? Since the Puritans came to the United States. If you look at the North Dakota study, they talked about how the venison that was being donated was tainted. When the CDC did a study on this, the science, and did a peer-reviewed study on this, on the science, they found out that the 736 people they did blood level and took from them, their blood level that they had eaten all this venison, all this meat, their blood level was actually lower than the standard blood level of the entire population of the United States. So the causality that people try to point to isn't borne out by the science that was there. But I think the thing you're going to find out is the reports I've heard from the rimfire ammunition is, number one, the rimfire ammunition does not work in semi-automatic firearms. The firearms won't cycle. So while things are trying to move forward and while things are trying to do this, the persons who are pushing this statewide are going to find a very hard problem in doing this statewide with compliance issues and everything else. We want to look at the science. We want to see the science. We want the science peer-reviewed. The science from all the field studies and the field notes should be brought in and given to the Fish and Game Commission. So they have their scientists look at the field notes and look at the raw data that's out there. Not the polished data, the raw data. And I would call upon the commissioners to ask all the stakeholders in this, everybody who has all the raw data, not give the polished reports and their PowerPoints and things like that, but give to the commission and the commission scientists the raw data, the actual field data that they've been pulling out. Because one of the questions that I brought up, and no one's ever been able to answer, is when these groups go out and feed the condors and take the carcasses out for the condors. Last year when I brought this up, they were not testing the animals and the carcasses they were leaving for the condors for heavy metals, lead contaminations, or any other contaminations. And President Rogers, well, Mr. Rogers, and you're president, you thought that was a very good point. And yet here we stand today, and feeding an endangered species. Remember, the condors can't hunt; they only scavenge. So the question I have for all the environmental groups and everybody else is, while they're out doing all this other research, are they actually doing research on the food that they're giving to the condors? So this is an ongoing process, a learning process for all of us. But the most important thing in all this is the science and the reproducibility of the science and the peer review of the science. So we'll work with the commission, we'll work with everybody to try to protect the condors, protect our habitat, protect our wildlife, but look at the science and relate to the science. Thank you very much.
Thank you.